And I love this shirt, bro. Is that PNG shirt?
Yeah, look, it's got the Kumo on it as well. And the flag, dude.
And the flag too.
Where's the flag? Hold on. Where's the flag? There, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
I swear I'm not waking it up.
Wartabar! Bro, what's...
Hey! Hey!
What's up, bro? I just heard the song This Love. That's some
How do you
amazing
like it?
work.
You like it?
I loved it, bro. I loved it. Is that what you've been working on during lockdown? Obviously.
Yeah, man. You know, when you're locked down and you're inside your house, you figure out that you just might as well start making some music. And then this came, and then out came This Love.
And then you make This Love. I remember talking to you a couple of years ago, right? After your performance at the Pacific Test.
Yeah, that was a while ago. It was like 3-4 years ago or something like that. Man.
Quite a journey. From that point up until now, you're releasing your first single. Going out through all streaming platforms, correct?
Yeah, all streaming platforms.
What's the journey been like? I remember when I spoke to you last time, you were studying music. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was studying music at the Australian Institute of Music.
So from studying music and now releasing your first single, what's that journey been like, bro?
It's been a long one. It's been a long journey, man. It's been like 4 years, it's a long time. It's just been a building process. And even now, after releasing this single, it's like an establishment phase of myself and establishing myself out into the world, into the music marketplace, and it's really exciting. I'm just like, I'm really, really excited, and I'm just like really looking forward to, new things about to happen with this single, and afterwards we're continuously just working on projects after project. And I've always been a driven person. I've always been driven in regards to my music, and I've always wanted to pursue my craft and excellence. So that's something that's been a constant. But ever since studying music, it's just broadened my horizons, and it's broadened my awareness to all other types of music, all other genres. But not only that, just being able to meet new people and network. And it's been an awesome time, just like networking and building my skills, being able to use that as a stepping stone, as a platform to release my single now. And it's been really amazing. It's good.
So we spoke last time, we spoke about how your music gets influenced by your Pacific heritage. You're from Papua New Guinea?
Yeah, PNG. Represent.
Represent.
Represent. Wait, how do the P sign? Wait. P. But P can't see. Okay, don't worry.
What sign was that? Was that like?
But I was trying to do the P. Look. P.
Oh, the P off of PNG. Okay.
Wait. Hold on. It's the other way around. Okay.
It's probably a little bit like the same question, but maybe it may have a different answer this time, considering the journey. But how has your music been influenced by your Pacific Island heritage?
It's mainly been like, not so much relating to my music now, but relating to it in the future is something that I want to bring into my music, like writing a reggae song, but doing it in like a PNG Island reggae kind of style or something like that. Like, it's mainly influenced me in terms of growing up with music. Like, I listened to like Ocean, and like even recently like George Tillich as well. Like I love listening to George Tillich. He's also a Tola as well. Shout out to him. Yeah.
Tolais.
Yeah, when people say timeout, they say, but when I do the timeout sound, it means Tola. So. For me, the Pacific heritage aspect of things, because I'm involved in Western pop music, I really want to going back to my roots with my heritage and music, but also kind of like, I wouldn't say putting PNG on the map, but I would say like being a representative of PNG in the international music scene, because there's not a lot of international PNG artists that I know of. I know of a few. I kind of just want to add to that number, you know, like there's a lot of potential that PNG has. There's a lot of talent that PNG has, but I think it's just a matter of cultivating that talent and growing it, and you know, staying true to yourself and staying true to your roots as well. And it's a constant journey.
You've been exploring in different avenues, different styles of music from around the world, not just in the Pacific, right? So how's that been? I mean, what kind of things have you noticed about these different styles of music, and how fun is it to study them, and how have you enjoyed that process?
Yeah, it's been really great. Well, for my new EP that's coming out this year, they're all pop, but they've all got their own ethnic, cultural spin on things. It's funny because when you mentioned the Pacific heritage thing, I was like, oh man, I could have put a reggae song and like, you know, add some PNG influence on it, but damn, I didn't think about it. But I'll do that next time for sure. Like,
that is for a full album, full reggae album.
Yeah, full reggae album, and then like, you know, it'd be like, Wartabar, this one's for my daughter. I really wanted to see and study and analyze what was popular in different ethnic cultures, what type of music. So as an example, like what's popular in America is like, in terms of pop music, is like things that are very funk influenced or trap influenced. Like everyone loves trap now. And in other places, like in Brazil, they have a certain style called bossa nova, which is pretty much like, if you think about, have you played Pokemon?
Yeah, I played Pokemon as a kid.
Yeah, you know when you go into the Pokemon centers where you have to
heal your Pokemon, like you have to put them in the chain.
Yeah, that's what. And they go in there and you hear this like elevator music in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much bossa nova.
Who knew Japanese people like bossa nova?
Yeah, I know, right? I didn't even know that until I played Pokemon. But no, yeah, so I went, another example is like South America, like reggaeton is huge, like Daddy Yankee. If you're watching this, Daddy Yankee, shout outs to you, King of Reggaeton. You know, they love their reggaeton. So, oh, sorry, another one I forgot to mention was Afrobeat. Like Afrobeat is huge now, actually, which is awesome. And I love it. I love dancing to it as well too, which is good. But yeah, so I just basically took all those styles and been like, I want to make my own version of pop, and I want to like create, I want to create my own version of pop to these styles of music as well, like with these influences. And also the reason being is because like, for one, like it's really interesting for me as a creative person, and two is like, I think it's great, like getting involved in learning about these different types of cultural music, because I think there's and even in me doing that, it's not like taking away from my own Pacific heritage, like, oh, you know, you're like trying to be like something else, something. It's not so much that. I think it's for me, it's mostly about like being inclusive in the music, and that's why I believe music is such a powerful tool, because it brings people together. And that's what I want to see with this EP, and even with the music I release in the future. It's all about inclusivity, like all people from all backgrounds, all ethnicities coming together and just really enjoying the music. And yeah, for me, that's what it's about, and that's why I enjoyed studying about those things. And you know, that's why I continue to study those things, including my own culture as well with music.
I know there's probably a lot of artists out there that you would love to collab with globally, but in terms of the South Pacific, who is some of the artists you would just like, you'd be like, oh my gosh, if you had a collaboration with them, it would just, you know, because who knows, one of them might be watching this, you know, so we might be setting something up here.
Yeah, yeah, I was about to hook us up. Yeah, boy. I'd like to do stuff with Nairi. I think Nairi's really cool. Yeah, like she got her style is very different, but because I guess even coming out of a music school and being exposed to all types of music, I think it's really cool. And also it's just awesome because, you know, she's another PNG artist too, and she, you know, I think I have respect for her and her music. Another one I would like to work with is Kawevoya, because I was trying to find her on her music on iTunes, but I don't know, for some reason I couldn't find it. From what I gather from her music, like it's just very, very raw and very real and authentic in terms of like very emotional in that way. And then she obviously, like, she does I think she does some stuff with like island reggae, which is cool. Like Samoan artist Rinai, I'm not sure if you've heard of her. And then Shazi, I forgot where Shazi is.
Solomon Islands.
Solomon Islands, yeah. Oh, and what is it? Wantox, the one that made Ramakanji. But yeah, there are a couple of people that I'd like to work with, and you know, it'd be good fun.
I hope they're watching this at some stage and you get a bit of like, you know, no pressure.
You watch this. Hit me up.
You mentioned the EP, right? The EP coming out soon. So what has inspired the EP?
I think it's really just establishing myself. It's not really a story theme or anything behind it. It's really just like, I think the whole premise of this EP is basically me it's really just me being like, you know, hey world, I'm here, you know, like I'm a Papua New Guinean pop artist, and you know, whether or not you've heard of PNG or you know where it's where it is or whatever, like it's really for me the EP is just making a statement that you know, as a Papua New Guinean, I can make pop music, but not only just that, that pop music doesn't have to be it doesn't have to sort of feel trashy. You know, I say that unapologetically because I think sometimes with pop music today, people could think it's so like I don't know. It just seems like, you know, you hear people especially people from like, every now and again I hear people say that oh, you know, music, it's not the same like it was in the past, you know, like my parents would say that, or even like my brother would say that, or whatever, and I just want to bring like my own artistic credibility into pop music and be like, hey, like I'm a Papua New Guinean pop artist and I'm making this EP of all these different songs taken from different cultures, but like out of like respectfully, like respecting that as well, and be like, you know, this is your culture, but I really love this and I want to share this with the world as well, type of thing. And that's pretty much the premise of the EP for me.
That's a pretty good segue into my my final question. I mean, this is only the beginning of the new beginning, you know, this is of a new beginning, but you know,
of a new beginning. Sorry.
Of a new beginning. The new beginning of a new beginning of a new beginning.
Yeah.
But there's a long journey to come, and what kind of a legacy did you want to leave behind with your music that people would listen to?
It's too hard to fully say because I think we're always, as a creative person and as anybody who's always working on their craft, even if it's not music, they're always building into their legacy, and there's always like more realizations or of things that they want to leave behind or instill in other people around them and even the people after them when they go. For me, I would say the legacy is this balance of being a performer and entertainer, being very energetic, but also leaving behind music that that music that is meaningful in a storytelling way, that's inspiring to people. Music that doesn't just, it's not just the aesthetic, like the performance and side of things, all that stuff is great, but that's just like one half of it. The other half of it for me is being able to make music to positively influence and impact the culture and the society around us and in our world today. Like, and even if it's like right now, it's just humble beginnings, like, you know, here in Australia, in New South Wales, in this region, and then, you know, eventually going national or eventually internationally. Whatever it is, I realize the legacy I want to leave behind is one that will leave a positive mark on my world. You know, I want to be a positive role model to my generation, the generation after me, even the generations before me. For me, that's kind of like the dream, or the dream for me, of the big lofty goal is like releasing music and leaving behind this legacy that not only people in my generation like, but the people after me, the people before me that respect it. And that's what I want to leave behind. I want to make a positive mark on the world. I want to influence and impact culture and society in a good way, you know. And doing that through my music is definitely something like it's definitely a goal. And you know, this is the beginning. So I think only time will tell, you know, over time.
Bro, thanks so much for the time, for having a chat. Again, I loved the song. I can't wait for the EP. I can't wait to hear all the other songs on there. And I can't wait for some, you know, Pacific fusion songs as well coming as well. That's some of the most beautiful stuff is, you know, the cultural heritage kind of thing. So
definitely. That sounds like a name for like an EP. It's still Pacific fusion.
Yeah, there you go. See? It's like you brainstorming. That's
yeah, that's good.
It wasn't an interview. This was a brainstorming session. This was
exactly get into it.
Anyway, bro, it's been a real pleasure to have a chat with you. I hope you're enjoying lockdown. Enjoy
as much as I can.
Enjoy the success of the single. Hopefully it gets, you know, a ton of new views and listens to. I'm sure people around the South Pacific will be listening to it, definitely.
Awesome.
Enjoy yourself. Thanks so much, bro. Thanks for your time.
Nice. Thanks, bro. Take care.
See ya.
Yeah.